Lucas.
Sí, hijo de puta que salta mina te agarraste, boludo.
This is such a weirdly interesting concept. I mean, okay, so the interaction between him and his friend, hilarious. I don't know if this is meant to be a comedy or not, but I found myself laughing out loud several times, just in the interesting discomfort of it all. The glimpse we got of it, was not expecting that. I'm sure that was some sort of CG, I don't know. One thing I thought character-wise, he's oddly calm for someone going through this. I feel like most guys will really freak out if they woke up one day and didn't no longer had to remember the request of his best friend, heavy, very heavy. But because of the lightness, you know, they made it almost kind of like, that's what made it comical, because it's like, are you really asking him that? But it was just so light the way everyone took it, and the fact that he didn't have this overly dramatic reaction to it. He was very calm, made you almost go through this piece like, okay, well, let's just see what'll happen. Curiosity obviously got the best of them. And it leaves you wondering, what would I do in this situation? The whole piece really boggles the mind. I think to the writer and the courage that it took to take what I'm sure is just an innermost thought that we've all had. You know, we've all had this innermost thought, like, what would it be like? Da, 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 da. But to turn it into art in this way, it's just so kudos.
Not only is it a sexual identity story, it is a gender identity story. We think of queer storylines and how we're usually what we're used to when it comes to certain forms of stories told in film and television. And I think this is just such a unique experience to explore here. We have a gay man who loses his penis and has new parts that he eventually chooses to explore with. And what does this process feel like? These intimate scenes are very up close and personal and make you feel reflective of even your first time and what that experience can be like. These moments where people are sort of pestering them of like, well, what does it look like? I don't believe you, show me. I think that is something that is pretty common, a common response when it comes to the transgendered community. We get to see a different type of storytelling being told here. We're given something that we're familiar with in the sense of a lot of the time when we're given this sort of storyline, it's told in a sense of like, if a woman, you know, had a penis, what would she do with it for the day? The same could be said for a man having a vagina for a day. And this isn't just for a day, this is something ongoing. And so to explore this venue was a really nice visual palette.
I like the idea, this freedom, you know, this fluidity, sexual freedom, these friends that discover there is more than friendship between them. And they're not afraid of it, you know, they just embrace it. And so we see how beautiful sex life is, and how everything can come together, everyone can come together, and love can be hiding behind every corner. I really enjoyed the film, I really enjoyed the style, I really enjoyed the direction and the acting and performance.
It was interesting, and I kind of could see it meaning a few different things. I think the interpretation can be done in a few different ways depending on who you are and what you're thinking as you're watching it. It's almost not just about being in somebody else's shoes, but trying to understand if somebody is kind of bisexual or, you know, I forget what the terms are, but just not I guess not binary or not like in one lane sexually. I love the lighting in the opening shot specifically. I just loved it with the motorbike or the moped. Really nice music throughout. Really interesting concept. I think it really makes you think, and just really great performances.
Exploring this relationship between these two guys, it was one that I think would work to explain this experience between trans and gay and all that. It works for that. It's just, like I said, a lot of exposition. But it does work because you can tell that's what the focus of this film is. It's about the relationship between these guys. It's not really about anything else going on in the world, even though it's there. It's about these guys. And I'll say the acting was great with them. And the fact that these two actors were brave enough to get full frontal nudity on screen really goes with that as well. Because I don't know a lot of actors that would, so it worked really well.